Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Beastyqt and HuK on Ulrena. In the top side of Ulrena, we have the yellow Terran player. It is a Beastyqt. And in the bottom side of Ulrena, we have the orange Protoss player. It is HuK. I don't get to say orange enough in these games. I wish more of them were played with custom colors. Like red and blue they're standard, they're nice, they're not distracting, but yellow and orange is fun. Although I worry about getting confused by colors on the minimap here because they're so close. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, so this is our PVT here, back from DreamHack. Again, I'm still waiting on getting IEM replays. I hope to have them very, very soon, and I'll start casting those ones. But for now, we're stuck with some of the older ones, so bear with me. I think these are very, very entertaining in their own right for you PVT fans, for you fans of HuK, for you fans of Beastyqt. You're going to get what you paid for today, which is nothing. Barracks on the way for Beastyqt. Gateway coming up here for HuK. Both players getting their refinery and assimilator respectively. Gas is so very, very important. Oh, a bit of a late good luck, have fun for Beastyqt. HuK with the good luck, have fun, good game. And gonna meet in the night. Oh, the scouting workers. No, Beastyqt's SCV actually dodged before the kiss could happen. Is he a little bit squeamish about kissing probes? You, sir, are you a bigot? Is that what this is all about? Or perhaps he doesn't have the feelings required to kiss a probe, which is understandable. Cybercore on the way. Beastyqt gets a nice scout off exactly what's going on. The probe gets the same treatment, though. Gets a pull. No, actually decides not to go in. And gonna try to hold off a reactor. Nope, just kidding. Change his mind. Heading back here again. This is so weird. Trying to see what that SCV wants to build. I think that's what HuK is trying to do, but did not actually see this command center getting built at all. What was that? I guess he knew there was a Marine coming. It was time to go home. Probe versus SCV. Gets the Nexus thrown down anyway. Beastyqt denied that and delayed it just a little bit. The command center will be built before the Nexus is, but it has to lift off and land. So I think both players should be up and running with their second bases at about the same time. Now the question is, what comes next for these players? Beastyqt is getting a reactor for those double pumping Marines. The next question, or the next thing he does, is probably going to be a factory. Meanwhile, HuK could go for robotics facility, could be for Stargate, could go for Twilight Council. These are all options available to him. He's getting Warp Gate research, which is nice, but you can't really stick on Gateway against Terran and expect to win, especially not at this level. And there it is, the Twilight Council coming up for HuK. Possibly for Blink, possibly for Resonating Glaives upgrade for the Adepts that he is so clearly making at this point. Bunker. Oh, just landing just in time here. Gonna get some shots off on the Adept. Raise. Oh, raising the supply depot just the last second, but not in range of the bunker. Actually, that's kind of unfortunate. However, the Marines are in range of killing that Adept. Sonic transfer used, and she heads on back home. Having not killed anything, is that correct? Not at all. Not a single kill. Sonic transfer heading on up again, just for a poke in to see what she can see. Nope, no base yet. She says this command center is being made into an orbital command. It will be landed eventually here. Meanwhile, this is already up and running for HuK, which is excellent for him. Another gateway warps in, and Blink is actually the choice. The tech of choice for HuK is going to be Blink. So not going for more of a mass adept play, instead going for those Blink Stalkers, which are so useful in every matchup for Protoss. No question whatsoever. Alright, so both players just kind of hanging out right now. Beastyqt is getting a Cyclone, which is good against drops. And that's something HuK might plan to do here, except for the fact, oh, there's a robotics facility. I was going to say, he doesn't have a robotics facility, and he does. Look at that, already on the way. So maybe planning on dropping. Either way, a single Cyclone in your base is great for dealing with that thing. This lock-on ability here, 400 damage over 14 seconds to ground units and flying targets, the same, really is enough to take out a Warp Prism. And it hits pretty hard and has pretty good range too. So good choice if you're planning on dealing with Warp Prism drops. Terran players who are watching this and having trouble with that. Photon Overcharge actually being used for what? I don't know what that was. What has been killed here? Oh, did the Reaper try to sneak on in? I think a Reaper tried to sneak on in and got taken down immediately. Alright, that's kind of embarrassing. SCV heading up, possibly going for a sneaky third base here? Seems possible. Cyclone mixed on in. Oh, SCV dies. Just trying to build a missile turret, man. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Tanks are good too. There we go. Tank on the high ground. Adept's not really committing to anything very much. Just kind of running around, being used more for scouting than anything else. And then heading on back home. Third Nexus on the way for HuK. And nope, this SCV is actually scouting. Instead of throwing down a ninja expansion of his own, he's trying to make sure that HuK has not thrown down any ninja expansions. And so far, he will be happy to see there's not anything to worry about. It's a very standard base progression from HuK at this point in the game. Warp Prism on the way, though, for HuK. Also getting double forward for those double upgrades. Stim and +1 infantry weapons on the way for Beastyqt. Supply depots being tossed on up here just to prevent Adepts from walking and waltzing on into his base whenever they want. Because they can't go through walls with that psionic transfer. They can go through units, but not walls. So keep that in mind, not buildings. Both players hanging out. Nobody really wants to commit to anything right now. They're teching up. They're getting those upgrades. Here comes the Warp Prism. That's something HuK is planning on doing. Perhaps attacking the front with the Stalkers while attacking at the back with the Warp Prism. Just kind of trying to keep Beastyqt's attention here at the front. And I think that's going to work. Actually sees it. It heads on out. And here comes the Warp Prism. No, perfect placement of that missile turret, though. Oh, the multitasking. The multitasking is the downfall of HuK there. Wasn't paying close enough attention to the Warp Prism, and it actually takes a bunch of hits and is down to 8 hit points. And it's definitely going to die. Watch this. Goodbye, Warp Prism. Lock on ability. Wham! Wham! 2 shots takes it down. Warp Prism accomplishes nothing. Absolutely nothing accomplished for the Warp Prism. Combat Shield, +1 attack on the way. That stim is just about finishing. That is such a long upgrade, but it's very good, so it kind of explains why it's so long. Mothership Core patrolling back and forth. This third base up and running. Gateway pylon here for HuK, and pretty darn big Marine tank Cyclone army heading south here. There is not +1 yet. +1 attack on its way. Not quite there yet. Stim just now finishing, though. No medevacs in this composition, surprisingly. I'm going to try to set up these tanks. Walking through this choke is so scary, though. So scary for both players. If you walk through this choke, your opponent's going to be waiting for you on the other end with a nice concave, and you're probably going to die. So no funneling through there unless you absolutely need to, and I don't think that other player needs to. Beastyqt walks around the long way, going to knock down this bunch of rocks. So he has more of a wide choke to come through and attack his Protoss opponent, who is orange. And yes, HuK says, you know what? I think that might be what's happening. Let's check it. Indeed it is. Everybody regroup. Regroup. And a bunch of Blinkstalkers going to try to get some aggression on here. Is there anything to defend against this? There are a few Marauders and Marines. Is it enough? Actually hitting their own supply depot there just a little bit. And coming back home with the army. These Stalkers are in for a penny, in for a pound. The Blinkstalkers a little bit stuck here. Oh, getting melted. Do they have a Blink available? Yes, they finally get through. Can they take down a single tank? Yes, they get the tank. They get the tank, but only 1 Stalker is remaining. I'm just not sure this is really worth it. That wasn't good at all, I don't think, for Beastyqt. 1,000 minerals, 200 gas lost for Beastyqt. 1,300 minerals and 450 gas lost for HuK. So again, HuK has lost quite a bit here. Marines run on in, catch a couple photon overcharges to the face, and Zealots to the face. That's never good. Like, one of the worst ways to die in StarCraft 2, I have to imagine, is getting hacked apart by Psyblades from a Zealot. It's just, I think it would hurt. I think it'd be a slow death. Siege tank is just like, bam, you're annihilated, right? Not as bad. And Cyclone gets killed immediately because they are made out of tissue paper. They die very, very quickly, which might be something Blizzard would want to take a look at to make them more viable in the mid-game. But on the other hand, they're kind of worried about getting back to where it was, where Cyclones were amazing in the beta. All right, can they take down this? Nope, lifting up the command center immediately cancels the orbital command research and lifts up. And this army, a lot of Zealots mixed in, and they can absorb a ton of damage from these Marines if they... Yeah, they actually take the damage from the Marines, so the Immortals and the Adepts can actually do the damage for the Protoss player. Guardian Shield used a little bit unnecessarily there, but it was enough to force Beastyqt back. Medevacs overhead are trying to heal and transport at the same time. Regrouping with more of his army here as HuK, a drop trying to come down this way, but a Warp Prism accidentally might scout this out. We'll see if HuK noticed that there. Is he going to respond down here at all? I mean, Mothership Core, yes, does warp in some units to deal with this. Just kind of dancing as HuK. He doesn't really want to engage here. There are a couple good placements for the bunkers. Any tanks? Yes, tanks also in good places here. And just landing, taking down the pylon. Going after some probes as well. Time Warp trying to be used. Can they get the Mothership Core? No! Can't get it. Blinkstalkers come right on in. Take down the medevacs first of all. There they go. Now trapped a little bit are the Marines, especially with that Warp Prism they could completely massacred there. That was a lot of dead Marines. 5 probes have been killed, 4 SCVs have been killed. Both players have been protecting their workers fairly well. Observer, good placement. I think you might have seen that drop coming out too. As you can see, the army heading out to deal with that. Good positioning on that Observer, if you ask me. +3 attack on the way for HuK here at the 10-minute mark. Very nice. Getting Storm too. Getting +2 armor. And meanwhile, Beastyqt getting all this stuff up here. Getting vehicle plating. +2/+2 for his bio units. And a small attack coming on here. A couple Marines and Marauders taking out a Zealot. They want to get these pylons first of all, and they do. Going after a simulator. Oh no, bad transfer time. Feedback being used on the medevac, and it gets killed. Nice feedback from those Templar. Another attack here, though. Double photon overcharge. Woo, triple photon overcharge. Enough to force that away. Great reaction time from HuK. Fantastic reaction time from our Protoss player. So I like this composition from HuK. He has Archons. He has Zealots to absorb damage. Adepts, Immortals, Templar to deal it. A Guardian Shield available from that Sentry, and that's about it. That's really all that he needs. Again, with this particular composition, Force Field's not super useful. I don't think we'll see many of those from HuK, obviously, since he only has a single Sentry. I'm trying to blink on up here and see what damage can be done. Ooh, almost catching a Liberator. Not quite. A bunch of Liberators here from Beastyqt setting up Defender mode circles and getting a shot off. Oh, actually catching the... trying to catch the Stalkers out of position, but no. Not quite able to do it. Drop boosting on in. Is there anything to defend against this? Mothership Core is still here. Still here, Beastyqt. Photon Overcharge does come up on 2 of the pylons, and blinking up. No, can't quite get the medevac. But he's been very good at killing medevacs to this point. Beastyqt has killed 3 total, and there's only 1 on the field right now. So keeping that medevac count low is one of the keys to beating a Terran player. Try to focus those things down as best you can, because a Terran army with like 15 medevacs is very scary indeed. Coming in here, trying to take this base very sneakily like, is the Beastyqt. I don't think HuK knows about this. Oh, he might though with the Warp Prism. Warp Prism, can it get caught by these Marines? Good reaction time from HuK though, heading back on home. And the base has been officially claimed by Beastyqt. Army coming up here looking very threatening though. Can they get a Liberator? Yes. Killing a Liberator, a bit out of position there. Not very well protected by her friends. A lot of them here though. A lot of Liberators here. Is HuK really... I don't know if he wants to get in there or not. Here's the Warpin though. Oh, the SCVs are trying to fight for their lives here too. Should have made that into a planetary fortress instead. Did not. A lot of dead SCVs. A lot of dead SCVs. And nope, charge on the Zealots. Completely gonna die here. Big attack. Whoa, a lot of Defender mode circles here. Big storms coming down on everything. The Liberators are starting to die. Yes, every Liberator on the right side is dead. The ones on the top are very undefended as well, trying to set up more of those circles. But Archons on top of them. Don't see that every day. Great storms here too from our friend HuK. And GG from Beastyqt. Beastyqt is defeated. HuK is victorious. And Beastyqt has left the game. A bit of surprise GG if you ask me. Although this base is up and running for HuK. It is 136 to 85 total supplies, 74 to 49 harvesters. Was there a warping up here, or was he just planning on doing that? I think he might have just been planning on warping up there. But yeah, HuK had denied this base. There was nothing doing there. There was nothing defending that third. There's, okay, a single tank and a handful of Marines against this many Immortals, this many Archons. Did he have any Storm left? I don't know if he had any Templar left here, actually. Let's take a look. Yes, he did. 1. Nope, that's an Adept. I'm a liar. There's the Templar. There's 1 Templar. There is a Templar in here somewhere. I can't see it. Where are the... I don't know. Oh, somebody did request that I rewind just a little bit to catch these final battles. So let's do that real quick. Maybe slow it down a little bit too. Slow it down. Maybe back up another couple seconds. And yeah, just great storms. All of these units are completely getting destroyed. Liberators getting focused down, first of all, by HuK. You'll notice that. He's not so worried about the bio, except for the storms that, man, they are absolutely connecting. Beastyqt trying to dodge as well as he can, but all the Liberators were gone, and that was it. Yeah. Excellently played by HuK. I'm not sure that HuK was planning on pressing the issue there, but he was up enough. He had enough in the bank. He had enough of a supply lead that it was able to win it. So nicely done by HuK. Well played by Beastyqt, but man, HuK just defended those drops super well. Again, killed so many medevacs. Tech to Storm, which is really good against Bile. Probably my favorite response from Protoss against Terran and Storm. And took the win. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.